Welcome back to Press Here. You just watched a set of TV commercials, and for that we thank you. It's how we make money. So it's with a certain amount of fear that we bring you this next video.
3, 2, 1.
This video of a couple of guys in San Francisco smashing a brand new iPad will get millions of views on YouTube. It's a stunt, yes, but it's also an advertisement for a company called SquareTrade.
Warranties that make sense.
For a certain fee, SquareTrade will insure your device from damage like this. Now, the video's fun to watch, but for those in the media business, it's also a bit terrifying. A small, inexpensive video crew making an ad for very little money and pushing it out to YouTube for free.
Steve Abernethy is CEO of SquareTrade. He's a graduate of Harvard Business School and is messing up traditional advertising with his company's stunts. Joined by John Swartz of USA Today, Sarah Lacey of Panda Daily.
I'm new media. You can do it. I don't care.
So you get all kinds of hits because kids love watching it because it's brand new. I mean, you had the Apple iPad 3, last Friday, and you broke it by Friday afternoon.
Fresh out of the store.
Okay. So kids love watching that. Does that translate into any kind of sales?
You know, it's an emotional thing. I think what's great about YouTube is literally, at least a year or two ago, I was looking at a report that was the second most used search engine. So it literally is used by everyone, not just kids.
Sure.
And so it translates to awareness. And so it's not a linear sale, but it's a broad awareness that SquareTrade is an opportunity.
Even exists.
Yeah. And I think one of the key things for these videos for us is it's not an outright advertisement. You don't even see SquareTrade until the end. It's more about making something emotional, somewhat deviant, and somewhat timely and useful. So I mean, literally, we smashed it about 4 hours after we bought it.
Well, I actually think you're doing a public service in a certain sense, because didn't the Wall Street Journal just do a story about this kind of emerging fix-it economy for iPhones and iPads, because they can be fragile. I mean, my iPhone gets scratches, and
that's an interesting question. Let me adapt his question, and that is, are you advertising for the guys who fix iPads, which is not what you do?
Yeah, you know, I think our approach is, look, it makes it personal. I've got 2 daughters, and they play with the iPad differently than I play with the iPad. And so I think what we're doing is to say,
they don't break theirs.
Hopefully not that one.
What
did you do to that?
This one was just a simple drop. I don't know where the camera is, but this is what happens when you drop.
Accidentally dropped it on about 25 hammers.
This was probably a couple of drops, but you know, in the end, we're carrying around a lot of glass with us nowadays. So I think what we do is A, a little fun, but B, all of us had a friend that are carrying around a couple sheets of glass and they drop it. And sometimes this thing can drop 10 times and never take a smash, and sometimes one good drop and you're out $600 if you don't have a warranty.
And you still advertise other places. I mean,
you know, we've never done traditional advertising. Our approach is
television is awesome, by the way. I don't know if you've heard. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, look, our view is that we're trying to change the way people think about warranties, and so to us, it's about experience. To us, it's about consumers having a real experience with a warranty and been wowed. Like, this was not something that ran away from me. And so the same thing with a device, that, you know, seeing that things do break, unlike the old day where you have your TV on the wall and does that really break. This is actually an emotional way to connect, to say, you know what? We're carrying around things that are actually pretty unfragile.
I have to think the guys who did the blenders must have sold a zillion blenders. The golf balls and the blend-tech blenders must have sold.
Can't fit an iPad in a blender yet, so we're working on that.
Is there anything that you just couldn't break? Like Fabergé egg. I mean, is there anything where you would just
well, you know,
like,
we do tend to focus on things that we can fix. So one of the good things about being a warranty company is we can turn around and fix the thing we just broke and use it again. So we tend to make it, again, well, it's tongue-in-cheek. We do try to make it practical. And we do try to do things that happen to people. So we're not dropping off a 10-story building. We're dropping it in shoulder height and waist height.
Have you heard anything from Apple? I mean, have they reacted in any way to this?
No, actually we haven't. I think manufacturers, interestingly, we also do these research reports comparing different types of devices. So we actually, one of the first iPad ones, we compared the iPad to the Galaxy, and then we did the iPhone to a Samsung. And manufacturers love it. They like to see how their items
how they fare.
You should go on the David Letterman show and drop that from the roof.
Love to.
Yeah.
Make an intro.
Watermelon. Yeah. So we have to go to commercial. Steve Abernethy, your video's available on YouTube under SquareTrade. Thanks for being with us this morning. Press Here will be back in just a minute.